Welcome to our first website. So just give a demonstration here. We get started. It's very important to note that we will be writing all of our websites in Notepad, so we don't need any special software. We just need a basic text editor. So if you're in Windows, you simply use Notepad, and I'll demonstrate how this works. So in the first place, we go doc type, HTML. So these two brackets here, angle brackets. So these two angle brackets are tags, and what's inside the tag, which includes the tag, is the element. So this signifies to the browser that this is an HTML5 document. So we go HTML, then we go head, and we go head here. Then we go body. I'll just run you through what each of these mean in a moment. But first, we have to make our first web page. So let's just say hello world, which is the standard when you're being introduced to a programming language. Then here I can just say title. My first website. Okay, so now we've rendered our very first website, and we'll just have to save this as a web page. Let me just demonstrate this. Let me just call it my first .html, and it's very important that we have this .html towards the end. So whatever our file name is, it should be my first or my whatever your file is that you prefer, and you have to have a .html here. So let's just save it here, and now let's open our saved file. So I'm just going here, my first, and I go here, open browser, and voila. So we have our text rendered, hello world, and then our title at the top here is basically my first website, which was the title that we had here. Okay, so let me run this down. So each and every website must have these two HTML elements, and then it must have a head element and a body element. So you can think of it as like a website as a stick figure. Let me just demonstrate this. So these are the legs. So our little stick figure here is called HTML. So you must have HTML at the top here, and then we must have a head. So we must have a head opening and closing. So whatever is inside here is enclosed by these two element tags. And then we have a body opening and closing. So we close a tag using this / here, and we close our HTML tag here that we opened using this / here. So that's it. We have a head, we have a body, but we always start with HTML first. And this at the top signifies to the browser that we're using HTML5, which is the 2014 standard, as we've already discussed. And I have to discuss this tag here. This tag is called a header tag. So there are different types of header tags, which I will delve into later in a later lecture. However, there are many different types of tags. So it will just render the text as a heading, right? So if I make this, for example, H3, this means like this is third header, which should be smaller in terms of font size. But let me just go to H2. It sort of goes down H2, H3, H4, with each heading tag becoming smaller and smaller in terms of font size. So let me just delete this illustration here, and let me just demonstrate how this works. So let's go hello world. As you can see, the fonts sort of decrease in size. So that's the second header. So H1 is always the main header. Just keep that in mind. And you can write anything here. Say hello world, my name, is innocent, for instance. And if I refresh the browser here, and of course, this header tag contains very many important types of tags, like meta tags for search engine optimization. We'll look at this in a little bit more detail later, but the title tag that goes into the header tag is indicated here, is shown here. So my first website, or I should say I said my first, save that, and then refresh. So that'll be my first. And that's your very first website. So you have your elements, your element tags. So each and every type of element is enclosed by these two angle brackets here. These are called tags. And the type of tag element is called an element, right? Which will include the angle brackets. So that's all that we'll take away from this particular lecture. Thank you very much.